Hi, I'm John Brenza, Headmaster of Stone Creek Charter School, and it is a privilege to have an opportunity to talk to you about the Google Education initiative that we are incorporating into our upper school curriculum this year. And it is one of our efforts to try to meet students of the 21st century on their own turf and utilize existing technologies to improve collaboration between students and teachers and families and teachers so that our kids can be more academically prepared as they move into their next grade level. One of the ideas behind this initiative is for us to provide a means by which students can collaborate with one another also outside of the school environment using the internet and using online resources in order to truly meet their needs as they start to develop into students who are being prepared, especially our 8th graders going into high school and our 6th and 7th graders as they prepare to get into some of the high school level courses they'll be taking when they do get into 8th grade. We're really excited about the direction that we're going with this, and we think it is going to be something that will become a cornerstone not just of our upper school, but we would like to see it become the cornerstone of our school from kindergarten through 8th grade over the course of the next couple of years.
Siri, I heard that Stone Creek has just started using Google Education, and I don't know much about it. Can you tell me a little bit about what you like about Google Education and what benefits there are?
Absolutely. So far this year we've begun using the Google Sites on the Google Education server that allow us to make a web page for each class, which is language arts, history, science, math. And on the site we can upload documents that the children need. We've also begun using the documents, Google Documents, in which they can create Excel spreadsheets and Word documents, which are already embedded in the site, and also PowerPoint presentations.
Wow.
So we've already begun using some of those things, and we'll continue through the year.
Hi, Lindsay. You're an upper school teacher, and I heard that Stone Creek is starting to use Google Education. Can you tell me a little bit about that and what the important things are about it?
Google Education will differentiate Stone Creek from other schools because we are teaching our children how to use 21st century skills. This will help our students learn how to use the cloud, which is things are stored on the internet. People aren't really carrying around USB drives anymore and plugging in different versions. All their versions will be stored on one place. They can go back and see the revisions of papers that they have written, and then a teacher could go in and make comments on the paper of how to improve the next draft. So then the student could go to that same document, which is on the internet, accessible from any computer he or she has access to, and they can make more changes and keep revising. It also allows students to work together, so if 3 students are doing a lab report in science, they could all be working on the same document. The teachers are using this a lot right now because we have different documents we work on together, and like our middle school schedule, for example. We all are on there. Some of us will go type in changes of the times, and someone else will go on and say, that doesn't work, let me type in these new changes. And we're able to keep track of one document, multiple users.
So it sounds like Google Education really benefits the communication between students and teachers. Does it also help the communication between with parents, with the school and parents?
I think it really can help the communication between parents and the school. Right now the upper school has a website, so they go to one site and they can see all the assignments and information for language arts, social studies, science, and math. We have on the front page a calendar which includes upcoming tests, upcoming field trips, so parents can keep track of major dates that are coming up in their students' life. It can also help them by having access to worksheets that the kids might have lost on the way home. They can print it, so a student won't fall behind just because they might be a little bit unorganized.
So no more forgotten homework.
Ideally.
Ideally. Which applications are we using, or Stone Creek using, in Google Education right now?
Right now we're utilizing the mail program, and so students and teachers have an @stonecreekschool.org address. We are also using the calendar to keep track of events. We are using Google Sites, not only the school or the after school website that we use to communicate with parents, but students can also build websites. We're also using the Documents, which is a kind of functional version of Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, as well as the ability to upload any type of document you want. And those are the ones we're currently using, but we're also in the research phase trying to decide which other applications will be helpful to our goals in teaching the students and engaging them.
Sounds very exciting.
It is very exciting.
Can you tell us all how you're teaching our kids how to study using online tools?
Well, right now, all of our math books and science books have an online version, so students can log in and read anything in their textbook. They're interactive, so if a student doesn't know a vocabulary word, they can click on it and they will get the word read to them as well as the definition, so they don't have to go to the glossary. They can also just listen to the text being read by someone who reads in a slow, calming voice. So if they're struggling with the reading, they have that resource to help them. They also have a bunch of interactive quizzes and tests that the students can take to prepare. They're multiple choice, and then the students select their answers and click to check their answers, and they get immediate feedback as to what they are correct and what they need to keep studying. Some of the other features in our textbooks are online art, where they can go type in a web code, and the pictures in their books can become animated. So if it's a stationary picture of a complex process, they can see it in motion.
Okay, so these are some 8th graders at Stone Creek Charter School. What do you guys think about school this year and how you guys are using the computers?
It's fun and different. Our teacher's having us work on a project on Google Docs. It's really easy, fun, and overall pretty rad.
Cool.